Hello, my beautiful family. Well, today is the very last day of 2023, and I wanted to take this very last day to have actually a coffee time moment with you. Give you our plans into the new year, very thoughtful things since last night. I had paid really close attention to a lot of things you all had to tell me on the very last post made. God bless you all. You know, you say that I help you, but there is so many things you have no idea what you do to help me. I can't thank you enough. A lot of you are absolutely my angels, and you don't even know it. I thank every one of you. In 1 year's time since this channel was started, and I looked back, I did some looking back on everything. 1 year ago, this channel started out with nothing. It was started out with a fear, but it was a gut feeling to make it. I pondered on it for so long till one day I just said, you know what? I'm just not going to procrastinate anymore. What the heck? Just give it a try. We'll see what happens. In that year's time, amazingly, I have been blessed above and beyond. As of right now, there are 254 videos made. We have over 9,000, y'all, 9,058 subscribers. And it fluctuates up and down. But the point is, we're at 9,000, and I never in my life would have ever thought that we could do this in a year. It isn't because of me. This is because you have helped me get to where I'm at. And I appreciate that. And all I had to do was just be me. What I was afraid of. When I started this channel, I did not want to be like everybody else. And I will continue to remain the same. Whether I'm showing you things that I feel may be of help, even if it helps me, or not, I'm still going to be me. We have had some health issues within this year, and that started back in March. That is fixing to be 1 year in March, where a big change happened in our life, and my husband became a diabetic this year. And so we found a way to conquer it. In the process of doing so, I found a way to improve not only him, but my health. I never thought in my life that I would actually get a good look and see what 210 pounds look like on me. And I did by going back in my videos. I was ashamed and embarrassed. Since then, my charts at my doctor's office has improved greatly to the point that my doctor, my last visit, and that was almost 6 months ago, I'm going to have to go back to her, so I got to get back on track. But since then, she took me off the overweight list. She told me that my blood work has improved so much that she releases me to do as I choose, to keep doing what I do. And she was very, very proud of me. Now, mind you, it has been 5 years since I heard those words from my doctor. So March will be 1 year. When I think back of what she said, how far I came along, it makes me want to go back and be able to take care of myself, unlike what I did over the holidays. So I need to do my work, and I'm going to. Yes, you see in this corner, we have the one hydroponic system set up, and right behind me is the second one. I cannot wait. I absolutely wanted to try this for so long. I am blessed beyond measure to be able to now have fresh herbs inside my home. When I go to cooking, all I got to do is snip and go. This is amazing. I am going to be doing Mediterranean foods. That's not going to change. I have some falafel recipes that I'm getting ready to do. Today, actually, for New Year's Eve, it's kind of sweet in a way. Me and my husband, we share traditions. He will give me my Christmas tradition, the way I grew up with my mom, and then we have his. And on New Year's, we do the same thing. Now, we grew up with me. I am from a Norwegian heritage family, so I grew up having our seafood New Year's Eve, and even with my pickled herring. And I miss my pickled herring actually in the cream sauce. I cannot find that anymore. but I can find it in the white sauce. So he went, God love that man. It's been 2 years, and he went and bought me some. I was never so excited in my life. So we are actually having a seafood smorgasbord per se for 2 people, along with a little bit of summer sausage, and we're going to be having some cheese. I'm going to take and have some smoked salmon spread with cucumber circles. I'm going to be having some shrimp cups and probably some shrimp cocktail and crab legs, since they finally came down in price. Now, these were the things that when we did our final grocery haul, we had put up. We have been working our pantry, y'all, since, and we had put this up to be able to have what we have. So we're still living on this, and we're still taking this as far as we can. The only thing we have had to buy basically is some of the fresh vegetables that we've gotten, along with the herbs, until I can get mine to grow. And that's one other reason why I did this. I'm tired of buying it. And then we've had to buy milk. So, but other than that, it's still working off the pantry. Now, tomorrow is New Year's Day, and we have a tradition that my husband always does every year. So we do the southern black-eyed peas. Talk about hubby. He was actually out there squirrel hunting. So we do the black-eyed peas, we do our cornbread, and we do our greens. The whole entire family wanted to do this. So instead of going out and buying another 1-pound bag of black-eyed peas, I actually have 7-pint jars that I'm probably going to use all of them for a family of 7. I don't necessarily need to use that the rest of the year, so I'm just going to go ahead and make space, get those jars cleaned up, put away for the next year. Some of the plans that we have going into this next year, we're thinking on a lot broader spec and expansion. To be honest with you, I am learning every year I work this homestead what we need more of. Now, many at this point, many of you are looking at getting your seed stocks ready just as well as we did. We did this today, and as you can see, our list is completely full, and it goes completely to the other page. Now, we are learning that now some of these things we're going to try, not very many. Our basic goal nowadays, when we buy our seeds to keep from wasting, our basic goal is, what do we absolutely eat and what is useless? What takes up space that shouldn't take up space, and what we choose not to do ever again. And so we've been minimizing it, and we choose very, very carefully nowadays. Now, we do know that we go through a lot of tomatoes. I eventually want to stop buying canned tomatoes and do everything, even to my paste tomatoes, like I do my sauce, on my own by using our own grown tomatoes like San Marzanos and Amish paste, or the Roma tomatoes. I definitely like that. I definitely love cherry tomatoes. As you've seen, I add cherry tomatoes in a lot of my Mediterranean dishes, including our salads. And then there are other tomatoes where I can make sauce out of, or I can make marinara. Now, I cannot actually freeze. Oops, sorry, y'all. Got you on that one. Real. Y'all told me don't change. You shouldn't have said that. Seriously. I'm sorry. Crazy. So anyways, I know that I cannot freeze marinara sauce, or I can't can marinara sauce, but I can freeze it. So that's what I plan on doing. But tomatoes are one that I have to have a lot of. Now, one of the expansions I'm fixing to do that I've been learning, I love my raised beds. There is no doubt about that. I love growing in them. But in certain long root plants, my raised beds are not long enough. So I am looking into purchasing, for the first time ever, gonna try this out, the galvanized raised beds. These are going to be about 3 foot tall, and I'm going to be planting peppers, tomatoes, root vegetables in these, and I'm going to try garlic this time, again, using that raised bed. So that is actually going to be one of the new things coming up that we're going to be doing. I'm going to get quite a few of those and then fill them up. Now, my other raised beds, those are not changing. I'm still going to be doing all of my lettuces. I'm going to actually have more room now to do a crop load of lettuces and greens of all kinds, from kale, turnips, lettuce. I could do still radishes. Now, radishes do absolutely great in those. I can go now and do a lot more green onions and spread that for us because we absolutely love this. This gives me plenty of room to add those kind of vegetables in abundance to this family. So I'm going to be looking into doing it this way this year. Same with strawberries. I'm going to be probably taking now, instead of planting radishes in a swimming pool, I'm going to be planting strawberries in its place. Reshifting, rethinking, and learning how to do things differently. I've got to share some space for our kids so that they can grow a little bit for themselves too. Now, granted, they don't grow like us, and it's perfectly fine, you all. I'm going to let them do what they do while we still do what we do. That's not going to change. This homestead cannot change, and we're not going to. The same with our content. The only changes we have made, yes, from our All-American, unfortunately, our All-American doesn't work for us. I have tried it, and it just doesn't do it. I have to stick with the Mediterranean, the healthier foods. Yes, I could eat my pasta. Yes, I can eat my potatoes, but everything is in moderation and not every single day. So I've got to stick with what works for me. I do not want my doctor on me again. And the last thing I want to see, which I'm going to see right now, and I'm changing that into this new year, I need to stay away from that overweight line, and I just hit it. So I got to go back. I'm just right there at that edge line. It's not too far from me, so I can go back. I'm going to go back to the gym too, and then I'm going to have the homestead to work with. But these are some of the new things into the new year. The coffee time was to let you know what's coming up ahead. I love every single one of you. I also know that this isn't for all of you. But what I also love is the fact that some of you that you came to me, you are beautiful, beautiful souls. You tell me that this isn't the type of lifestyle you would have, or this is not type of food you would have, but you just love sitting with me in the kitchen. You know something? For those of you who told me that, God bless you, because I love having friends too. I love having somebody that I could talk to, and you give me that opportunity. I love the fact that I remain real so that I can have you as friends. I am blessed beyond measure, and my cup completely runneth over, and I mean that wholeheartedly. You guys are absolutely amazing. Y'all, I don't know, it's hard to describe. You all wish blessings upon my family. Well, I also pray for yours, because I wish the same thing for you and your family. Now, my channels honestly, we're not edited, y'all. I don't know how to edit. I know how to whip up a meal in the kitchen faster than you can blink an eye. I know how to garden, and even if it's not the best type of gardening, I could still garden. I know how to can every kind of food that you could think of in my kitchen and then put it on my pantry. When it comes to technology, I'm dumb as a box of rocks. I don't know technology. Basically, that's kind of the reason why you get the content where it's purely raw, because I don't have the fancy editing. I don't know how to do that. My life, personally, if I had to edit it, honestly, I'd probably be cutting out a lot of my videos. So I had vowed a year ago, and I'm going to still vow into this next year, y'all. You have me as I am. I am who I am. You are my people. You are my friends. And this is our channel. Welcome to our homestead. Welcome to our home. One moment. I'm still recuperating. And I am getting my voice back. Give me 1 second. Okay, y'all. I apologize for that. Some of the other new things I'm looking into is getting more Mediterranean cookbooks, because I do want to learn more. I want to learn more food from Israel. I want to learn more foods from Crete, Greece, Italy, France, Israel, Palestine, all of the Mediterranean lands I want to learn from. I want to be able to learn how to eat fresher and then utilize our homestead into that, incorporate it, because basically homesteading and Mediterranean go hand in hand. I mean, perfectly hand in hand, because all Mediterranean is fresh. Now, there may be times, if I've got boxes of pasta, I don't care. I may just go ahead and do a fresh homemade pasta, because virtually, if I did a homemade, it's going to come out even better and greater than that was from a box. So, and I can tend to get fuller on one that was fresh made than one that was from a box. I would lose the preservatives. My goal is to cut back even more on as much preservatives as I possibly can. We have to remain low carb for my husband. He is diabetic, although he can be a little bit more lenient. We still have to. Now, we are going to try something. He does want to try this year on his cornbread. He does want his normal cornbread, because the tradition in the South is greens, which we are going to use turnip greens and make the poke salad out of it. Greens represent money into the new year. The cornbread would represent gold, prosperity. So he wants to try that. Otherwise, I would be doing low carb. Although he's going to have very small amount of it, the rest of the family will eat it. And then we will have our black-eyed peas. That is for our luck, and usually that is made with ham. We have a ham bone that I'm going to be making with that, fresh in the crock pot. And then the final one, I believe, no, that's it. That's it. So we are just going to have our black-eyed peas with ham, our cornbread, and our greens, and that will be ringing in our absolute new year. So I hope that you are looking forward to this. I am going to keep up with you. The other thing here, with these hydroponic systems, I will definitely, I had some of you ask me, would I keep pictures or do videos with you? Absolutely. I want you to see the progress just as I do. That also goes, again, with our garden. When I get the new systems, I'm going to be working side by side with you from the time that it gets set up, showing you how it gets set up, filling them, and then telling you what we're planting in it. Then from there, you're going to watch the growing of it. You're going to be on this homestead working with me side by side this year. We are going to pretty much all run this homestead together. That is my goal. And I really hope and pray it works this way. The other thing is, even in the canning, that remains the same. Cooking remains the same. The only other new thing that we're going to do, since a lot of you love spending time with us, I do plan on incorporating more lives. And I'm getting a little bit, just like these videos, I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the lives with you. I like having those nights. It feels like, to me, those live is like having a night out with my friends. And, you know, personally, I don't remember the last time me and my husband actually were able to do that. So those lives mean a lot to us too, because it's a way we can escape our surroundings and actually have get-togethers with our friends and family. So I thought it was fitting to have coffee time to let you know our plans and our future. I'm going to pray that all continues to remain the way we are looking on track, and that you are wanting to follow us and still be with us. We embrace you each and every day. We thank you so much. The letters, the cards, the care packages, y'all. We didn't do, I did consider doing an opening and all that, sit down opening with you all, but There are many of you, and I understand you would like to be able to do something, because I've been in those shoes and can't, and I don't want anybody to feel bad. This is what I'm going to say. For those of you who sent us over Christmas your beautiful care packages, God bless you. Thank you so much from the bottom of our hearts. You are amazing, and we can't thank you enough. For those of you who sent cards and letters, you deeply touched us, and I thank you for those as well. The care packages are no different than your letters and your cards. They mean just as much to us, and just to hear from you, just to know that you took time out to send me and my husband and my family a card, or do you send me a letter, that was amazing, and I can't thank you enough for that. I hope that you will continue to want to. And here's what we'll say into the new year. Part of the lives, and this is what we'll do, I'm going to include my family into these lives. When you want to learn something, should you want to learn something, if you have questions, here's what you can do. In the description of about this channel, you will find my email address, and you will find our P.O. box. Feel free to take and email me some of your questions. If you choose not to email and not sure how to email, that's perfectly fine. Send me a letter in my P.O. box. When I get these, I will gather them up. The night that I announce that we're having a live, I am going to be either writing down or taking these letters on that live, and we will be answering your questions to the best of our ability. If this sounds like a plan for you, I hope you're looking forward to this, because I want to include every one of you, 9,000 of you. I want to include you because you are family. You are what helps this homestead grow on this channel. And, you took a dream of mine and just made it explode. And I can't take that from me. Between you and God, this has nothing to do with me. This is between you and God. Y'all have blessed me. And so I just went by basically incarnation that God told me to do this, and so I did. I mean, it's like the children in the field when they hear, I forget the name of that movie, but it was in the movie where the guy heard, build it and they will come. And I'm like, this, Lord, we're not living this movie, right? So, but evidently we are. God has a sense of humor. I mean, and just so you know, I'm not always serious. Just like you've seen on some of my lives, y'all, I do have a sense of humor. Sometimes my sense of humor, I keep it at a bay, because it can be pretty, well, sarcastic, I guess. I mean, with the kids that I've raised, sometimes I just learn. I guess I wonder where they get it from, but it was from their mama. But I keep it at bay. Now, I'm not always a serious person, and it's just who I am. So you're going to find me many different ways, because that's the real me. But like I said, I'm not always serious. I am a person with a sense of humor, and I am finding that God has a sense of humor as well, such as me being on YouTube and then creating a channel called Parton's Heritage Homestead. So, part of the seeds that we're looking into. We are definitely doing green beans, because we are finding in the pantry green beans are, yes, number one. I have, there are things I've done this year, and I'm wondering why I avoided it all these years. To be honest with you, this was my first time doing green beans, and I look back 5 years from now and ask why. Why was I so scared? So definitely doing those. I learned something else. My gardener has cannellini beans. If I can grow those cannellini beans and then dry them, guess who don't have to buy the cans? Guess who can can them up herself? That would be awesome. So that is going to be one of my testers. Hubby loves his pole beans, and we are doing 2 runs this year instead of 1. I don't know what kind of magic thumb this man has, because there are areas he is growing on this property, I kid you not, he could pop that seed in and this thing is going to be going up there to the giants and it's going to produce like I ain't never seen produced before. But don't let me plant that seed because it will never grow. So I told him I am specifically buying him packs of seeds. He is going to plant them along with the tomato or the cherry tomatoes again because he did another, I don't know how. He's growing in an area that is not suitable for tomatoes, but he's got this magic thumb. So I'm going to let him plant the seed and let God do the rest. Just like it's been doing because it's been prolific and I'm not going to mess with something. I've learned from a young age, if it's not broken, don't fix it. So I'm not going to fix it. I'm just going to hand him a pack of seeds and tell him, here, baby, go for it. That beans and cherry tomatoes are one of them. And then we're going to be doing more paste tomatoes. And again, I have a serious hard time here in Mississippi growing squash. I am actually going to plant my squash later in the season so that I can get past boar vine season. I have tried, y'all. I can hear all the things going to come my way, but please let me tell you, I have tried the aluminum foil around the stems. I have tried the little cups around the stems. I have tried the DT or BT injecting the stems. I have tried it all, and I have been conquered by a boar vine, and I have been defeated every single time. I have even tried to catch those little eggs. I caught some, but I couldn't catch them all. So my point is I am going to wait later in the season. I am going to plant my seeds indoors. If they tend to grow a little bit bigger before they go outside, I don't care. Because I am going to set them out after boar vine season for us, which is the end of June. And then I will start doing my squash. Now, the one that I am going to watch for is the spaghetti squash. I do want to try to do this. I have to find a way to succeed because personally, I don't want to be buying it no more. We love our spaghetti squash. It is a main item on our homestead, either for low carb and for Mediterranean. We definitely want that. We have our cucumbers. I want to try to succeed in fennel. Fennel is another herb type of vegetable that is amazing. It's got an anise flavor and it adds brightness to salads and Mediterranean food. So these are just a few things, some new type of lettuces we're going to be doing and different types of herbs. Definitely love my anise hyssop tea. I have to do that again. So these are the things we're looking into, and we're going to do one plot strictly for our bees, which are still, God love them, are hanging on. We have one little small box, and we want to treat them with their own set of flowers. So they'll be having a flower bed of their own, even if it's in one of the swimming pools. So I hope you're ready to start the new year with us. For many of you who have pulled up a chair at our table and decided to stay with us, thank you. From the bottom of my heart, many of you have been with me since a year ago, from my day one. And I can't thank you enough for staying dedicated with me for one solid year. You have become more and more of friends and family. And now many, many thousands of the new that have come in, you also have decided to pull up a chair and sit with us. And you know what? If my arms could be big enough to reach around all 9,000 of you and then more to come, I absolutely would. So virtually think each and every one of you just got a hug from Mississippi. And my name is Carrie Parton. Our homestead is Parton's Heritage Homestead. I look forward to being with you in the new year. I look forward to being with you during our coffee moments. Those are not going to change. We're going to have live feeds. We're going to have kitchen time. And we're going to have one-on-one in the gardens and on the homestead. and making breads and pastas and all of this. So I hope you look forward to what's to come. Those of you who are low carb, honestly, I hope you stick with us as well, because I still have you with my husband. So we will just be kicking things up a notch. And I love the fact that some of you are wanting to try new dishes that we are now making. This is awesome. I love being able to bring on a palate that's appeasing to somebody on their plate and make them want to be able to eat again instead of dreading. You know, sometimes we have to embrace the things that we don't want to embrace, but we can conquer if we try. And that was my goal. So I conquered, I tried, and now I'm ready to just go full force, because I know what I'm looking at now. And that's what I'm going to do with you. We're going full force, y'all. We will win. We are more than conquerors. We are loved by one another when the world don't love us. Because you know what? God made us. We are each a disciple in our own way. We each minister to each other like no one's business. And you know what? I can't thank you enough for that, because not only do you think that my videos help you, again, but when you minister to me, you help lift me up. You help keep me going. And you know what? When I hear this that isn't of goodness, I know how to do this, and we're going to move on. I'm not going to say no more. I'm not going to fret no more. I'm going to keep moving forward, because that's how I got here in the first place. This is how I've earned your loyalty, and I'm going to stay that way. I'm not going to bring drama to this channel. It was never there in the first place, and we're not going to do it now. I love you. I look forward to you, seeing you into the new year. As this right now is December 31st, 2023. I will see you all in 2024. God bless you. Much love from Parton's Heritage Homestead.